Well, it's a huge night for the Republic of Ireland, but we shouldn't underestimate what a big night it is for their hosts as well. Ireland have at least been to a European Championships back in 1988 when Ray Houghton scored his famous goal against England. Estonia have never ever qualified for a major championship, so it's quite an atmosphere here, Ray.
It is indeed, Rob, you're absolutely right. What an opportunity for both teams. I mean, who can handle the pressure? That's the big question on an occasion like this. And I think it's the team that makes the fewest mistakes. It's about attitude, it's about commitment, it's about being responsible, it's about keeping your discipline. And that's the byword for tonight. And the ultimate goal is qualification for Poland and Ukraine next year. But great chance for both these sides.
Well, Giovanni Trapattoni did leave that question hanging in the air about who would partner Robbie Keane, and he has gone with Jonathan Walters, the first time that Keane has been paired with the Stoke striker. And as for the Estonians, who are captained by Raio Peroja, their most capped player in the current squad, winning his 108th tonight, they include two players who might be familiar to English audiences: Tarmo Kink, the Middlesbrough player who's played only once for them this season, and the defender Andrei Stepanov, who only played once. So will it be torment or triumph in Tallinn for the Republic of Ireland? It is their hosts who get the match underway. Estonia. Klavan is the man to take it. Got past done, but Peroja could make nothing of it.
There was good pressure, wasn't there? It was not just Richard Dunn who was going to challenge Peroja on that occasion. I think there was one or two others in and around, and Seanson Ledger being the other one. But they have to keep their eye on the big defender coming up from the back. He's good in the air, and you can see the Irish players, three of them in fact, in and around Peroja.
Shea Given, the most capped member of the Irish side, cap number 119 tonight. Robbie Keane here, not far behind. Here's McGeady. Andrews! That's the start that Ireland wanted! 13th minute, lucky for them in Tallinn. What a start!
Absolutely fantastic. That's what you want from Aidan McGeady in them wide areas. Take your time, make sure you deliver the ball into your right area. And Keith Andrews, he doesn't get forward as often as he would like, I'm sure, but he was in a fantastic position. It was a great delivery in there. The marking from Estonia was particularly poor. You can just see that Jager doesn't get close enough. He's got to get tighter to Aidan McGeady, not allowed the cross in. But what about that for a header by Keith Andrews up above Peroja, headed it low into that left-hand corner. Pareko, the goalkeeper, had absolutely no chance. And great start for Ireland, just what I'm sure the manager would have wanted.
Well, if away goals are to come into play, that could be a big moment in the match for Ireland. They came here with the intention of getting an away goal, and in the first quarter of an hour they have accomplished it. Keith Andrews, third goal for Ireland.
Well, you see he's only got 3 goals, and I think that's a lot of the occasions on that, Rob, is because he's asked to be very disciplined and sit in that midfield area alongside Glenn Whelan. He's not encouraged to get forward, but he's extremely good in the air. He scored a few goals for Ipswich this season. He has got that in his locker to get strikes a goal, and he's very good in the air as well, and it was a great header.
A tremendous run from Aidan McGeady. He was stopped in the end by Stepanov, which has certainly brought a free kick and is going to bring further action as well against the defender. It's a yellow card.
Cynical, wasn't it? He knew he was doing, stepping off. It was a great run from Aidan McGeady, and that's what you want from McGeady. When he's in full flow, running at defenders, he's got great balance. He can go off his left or his right foot. Defenders don't know which way he's going to go, and more often than not, he'll get free kicks like that, you know, and you put the defender under pressure. It was Cynical, clearly kicks out and catches him, because that was a good opportunity for Ireland.
Well, McGeady has done enough harm already to Estonia with the cross that led to the goal. The man who got the goal involved here as Andrews takes the kick. St Ledger with a header back across, and Keane stepped away, but Walters sweeps it wide.
Well, that was a mismatch at the back post, no doubt about it. I mean, the Estonia that is left, Dimitriev, who's not the tallest player, marking Sean St Ledger. When I was looking at him, I'm thinking surely they're going to change that around. There's an obvious height advantage that he had there. It was spotted by Robbie Keane. He's played the ball to the far post, headed back by St Ledger, and Peroya made a huge mistake. And if it was on Jonathan Walters' right foot, I would have fancied him more, and he was leaning back on his left.
Now Vasiliev. Ward having to be careful here, gets the touch in front of Tarmo Kink. Another corner.
I'll tell you what, that could have easily been a penalty as well, couldn't it? If he didn't time his tackle as well as he did, because he was beat by the pace of Kink in behind him. And you have to make sure you win the ball there. If you mistime that, miss the ball, catch the player, it's a certain penalty.
That's a lead for Ireland, but by no means a comfortable one at the moment, as Vasiliev takes the corner. Kruglov had eyes on that, and in the end gets his chance from Keane. Back in by Klavan, Stepanov challenging for it. And Robbie Keane gets it clear. Here's Walters. Dmitriev finding Tarmo Kink. Ambitious from there. And Given saw it all the way.
Well, that's a poor decision making there, isn't it, from Kink on that.
Swept away by Andrews, and Walters is onto this. 3 back though for Estonia. Walters will have to do it on his own.
Not the greatest of angles to take the strike on, and Keith Andrews, who actually broke up the move in Ireland's own half and played the ball down the flank there for Jonathan Walters, and made a great run to try and support him. I think from there you've got to just either get a corner or turn back onto your left foot and see if there's anyone come to support you. Very difficult angle to score from. But from there, maybe he felt there wasn't enough support there. Why not have a striker go? It was high and wide over the bar. But he's a threat, isn't he? There's no doubt about it. Aidan McGeady, and the form that he's in and what he's shown so far, you would think the midfield players, and Stephen Ward, every time they get it, he's the first player you'd be looking to give the ball to get at Jaeger.
Keane onto this, and taken down by Stepanov, who was the last defender, and he's already been booked anyway. And Stepanov gets a yellow card that will see him exit. And Estonia's problems compounded by the loss of their central defender, and another big boost here for the Republic of Ireland.
Well, it's huge, Rob. Simple as that. This is the right decision, and the only decision for the referee. He's already on a yellow card, Stepanov. He's gone in for the challenge with Robbie Keane. He's mistimed it completely. It could have been a red on its own, in my opinion, because I think Keane was through and go. He was the last man. But what is it with Ireland and the luck that they're having recently? Armenia, the last playoff match, they have the goalkeeper sent off, wrongly in my opinion on that occasion, but there was nothing wrong about this. Stepanov clearly brought down Robbie Keane, and he deserves to go off. A massive and huge advantage for Ireland. There's the challenge, come in, misses the ball completely. He's gone to ground, Robbie Keane's through, and it's an easy decision for the referee.
Well, they may have to consider a substitution here, Estonia. They've got Tavi Iran, another central defender on the bench, but they'll just see how things settle after this. Whelan and Andrews over the kick. Glenn Whelan misses the target. Well, there's an opportunity for Vasiliev to relish and for Given to be concerned about. Vasiliev, who's already shown from open play what he can do, looks to open up Ireland here, but misses the target.
Oh, you're happy with that, aren't you? And every time you see a ball that's always rising, going over the crossbar as a goalkeeper, more than happy to see it. Still think Ireland should be in charge of the game more than they are at the moment. Just looking around, I think there's certainly an opportunity for the full-backs to get on the ball, more Stephen Kelly than Stephen Ward at the moment, and Ireland can build from them positions, and it's far easier to do that than just hitting hopeful balls downfield.
Well, so far so good for Ireland. Things going their way with a 13th minute goal, a header from Keith Andrews to give them the away goal they craved. And subsequent to that, the sending off of Estonia defender Andrei Stepanov for a second yellow card, although Ireland haven't really pressed home that man advantage yet, but they are leading. Estonia 0, Ireland 1. Yeah. Richard Dunn. St Ledger. Walters, Peroya going heavily into his back.
That was a better ball in, wasn't it, from St Ledger? You know, he just lifted it over the top of the midfielder into the body of Jonathan Walters, and he was favourite to get to the ball first. You can see Peroya, a little bit naive there, wasn't he, coming in from behind it. Needless foul to give away. Ireland will be happy to get Keith Andrews back on. Still looks like there's a bit of blood, so the official on the far side not allowing him to come on at the moment.
Ayupara. Well, fury all around because Wunk felt he was felled in the area and the referee's given it outside.
Well, was it full initially? I think the crowd maybe helped in the decision here with the referee. I think it was Stephen Kelly that was closest to him as he comes in there. Yeah, certainly there's a little pull by the left hand of Stephen Kelly. Pulled Wunk down, and this is a good position for Estonia. Just caught on the wrong side, caught on his heels there really. Kelly, Wunk was away. I think there was enough players to come back to get a cover and challenge in. And you've got to be more alert than that on that right back position.
Well, he did his best to make the ball inside the area. Two danger men here, Kink and Vasiliev. It's Vasiliev who goes low with a kick. And a sharp intake of breath for Ireland.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's Richard Dunn who gets the final touch here. I mean, it was hitting low and hard. I think it might even went under the wall there. The ball that came in from Vasiliev could have went anywhere, ricocheted anywhere. Fortunate for Ireland, it's gone wide of the goal.
Ayupara coming off here for Estonia, and they're sending on Vladimir Voskoboynikov. Well, still plenty of football to be played in this tie, with the second leg to come in Dublin on Tuesday. Giovanni Trapattoni knows his side need to be sensible, but how they would dearly love a second goal. Keane, now McGeady, and McGeady gets his shot away, and Keane's there looking for the rebound. Walters! They're claiming it's over, and it's given. He's given it. Jonathan Walters manages to force it home, and Ireland with a 2-0 lead now may have done the job on one night in Tallinn.
What a finish that is. I mean, did it go over the line? That's the question. I've got to say, I looked straight across to the assistant who's on the far side, and his flag went up straight away to indicate to the referee that the ball had gone over the line. It was a great strike initially from Aidan McGeady with Pareco saved, but he never got the ball wide enough. He came back to Robbie Keane. He didn't at any stage think he was going to take the shot on Robbie Keane. He did what he had to do, just lifted the ball to the far post. Here's the shot from McGeady. I think Pareco should have done better. The palm a little bit wider, but watch Robbie Keane. He just lifts it to the far post, looking for his strike partner Jonathan Walters, heads it across the face of the goal, and from that angle we still can't tell if it went in or not, but it doesn't matter. Not to these Irish players. They're absolutely delighted. They've got that all-important second goal, and clearly there you can see that it did go over the line. And what a start for Ireland this is over the two legs. 2-0 up, playing against 10 men. Certainly it looks like they're the favourites to go through next year.
Here's Andrews. Bundled off the ball, Andrews, and it is a free kick for Ireland.
You might ask the question, why is Peroya, the skipper, not been booked? I mean, he's been involved with 2 or 3 challenges.
He has now.
Wow, and rightly so. I was wondering when the referee was going to actually show a yellow card to him, because too many times he's been caught up in incidents where he's made fouls and he's got away with it, and this is just one step too far. You can see clearly that Andrews is beaten, going to his right-hand side, he's just run into him.
Well, he's out of the second leg now, Peroya, as if they haven't got enough problems, Estonia. That's the booking that pushes him over the edge. Well, the Ireland fans absolutely delighted behind Pareco's goal. They were sucking that ball in from Jonathan Walters, weren't they?
And they absolutely were. I mean, it's been a long time in coming, this. You know, we haven't qualified for a European competition since 1988. Far too long for a nation like Ireland. You know, it's 10 years since we qualified for a major tournament, the World Cup in 2002. So hopefully we're well on our way now to the qualification for Poland and Ukraine.
Andrews hits it! And Keane! And it would not be a complete Irish performance without a goal from their captain. And look at his delight. He knows as well as anyone that even with a second leg to come, Ireland are well on their way to the Euros.
Well, that's it. Game, set and match for me. It's all over with. I said before the game, I think this could have been a big night for Ireland. I just felt, having watched Estonia, they weren't a particularly good side. They've been unlucky with the sending off, of course. No one likes to see any team go down to 10 men, but Ireland have made the best advantage of it. I think this shot that came in from Keith Andrews might have took a deflection en route through, so I'm not sure that the goalkeeper Pareko's seen it too late. He's made his best attempt to make a save. It's fallen to the feet of Robbie Keane, who's read the situation quicker than anyone else. Watch Keane. He knows he's going to get in there. Anything that's spilt, he's going to be the first to act on it. And he's certainly in the right place at the right time. He's done that time and time, domestic level and international level. And 3-0 up away from home. You couldn't have dreamt of a situation like this. And the Irish fans behind the goal are absolutely delirious. Great times for Ireland now.
Now Yaga. Stephen Hunt saw that one coming, cleared by Whelan, and he's onto this again, Robbie Keane. Forming a handball there against Peroya, who's been booked, don't forget.
Well, he could easily got sent off there, couldn't he? I mean, I think the referees took pity on him. He's just going to have a quick word with
Has he taken pity on him? No, it's a card. They're going to be down to 9 here. Peroya, the captain, is sent off, and it's just going from bad to worse to awful for Estonia.
Well, it is. I mean, they've capitulated, haven't they? I mean, I don't know, he's a very experienced defender, but what is he doing here? He knows he's on a yellow card. The assistant's looking straight across at the incident. I mean, has he handled it? We see Robbie Keane, maybe just there's a foul. I think maybe Robbie just nudged him off the ball. It's hard to tell from that angle exactly where it went on. I think by the fact that he kicked the ball away, you could tell that he knew that he was in trouble. And at first I thought the referee was going to be very lenient with him, but he hasn't. And now Ireland could even get a fourth. You know, you're playing against 9 men. There's still over 10 minutes left in this match. This is an opportunity. I think there could have been a foul just here with Robbie Keane. I think he just leant into Peroya, and then you see the handball afterwards.
Estonia have had both of the centre halves that started the night sent off. They're trailing 3-0, and there could be worse to come yet. Stephen Hunt. Stephen Hunt looking directly for his skipper. Keane's got McGeady running ahead of him, but it's Hunt, and it's a penalty. Purya looks at the skies, wondering what else can go wrong for Estonia tonight.
Well, you look at Purya, you know, he's not at one stage there at all actually turned around to the referee to complain about the decision. Pareko has, and he's been shown the yellow card for it.
And that means he's going to be out of the second leg as well.
I mean, they're going to have enough players at this stage, the way they're going through things. I mean, he comes across and you can see that Hunt's got away from him, and Purya's, that's just a poor challenge, a needless challenge, and you can see by his reaction, he knows that he's given away a penalty. I think one or two of the other Estonian players are very unhappy with the referee, but he pointed straight to the spot, and what a chance to get a fourth for Robbie Keane here.
Robbie Keane, who missed one in qualifying against Slovakia. Keane scores! The dream draw has turned into the dream scenario for Ireland. It's job done.
You don't get any better than this, Rob, do you? You really don't. You come away from home, you know there's pressure on you, you're the favourites to qualify over the 2 legs, you've got to see the job through. Ireland have done exactly that, and they've looked to their skipper once again. His second goal, over 50 goals at international level for your country, is phenomenal, and he turns it on time and time again. Little stumble as he goes up to take it. Pareko goes the right way, but such was the quality of the penalty for Robbie Keane. Just nestles in that left-hand corner, and as we said at 3-0, it's game over. And I mean, the whole tie is over with. There's no way that you can see Estonia getting back into this game in the second leg. Well, that is the biggest win now, isn't it? That surpasses the 3-0 against Saudi Arabia way back in 2002.
After the pain of previous playoffs, Ireland taste the pleasure of success. The job here against Estonia effectively done. To all intents and purposes, Ireland are at Euro 2012. Goals from Andrews and Walters, and Robbie Keane, in keeping with where he now plays his club football, providing the Hollywood finish with 2 of his own. Estonia very unhappy with the referee, who sent off both their centre-halves, Stepanov and Peroya, and awarded a penalty against them. But tonight is all about Ireland. Tallinn will turn green tonight as the Ireland fans party. It's Estonia 0, Ireland 4.